Our second program is write a program for file copy, that is a contents of one file copy in the other file. Okay, suppose here here a file. Suppose this is a file A, this is a file B. Initially these two files are empty. Initially these two files are empty. Suppose A is a source file, A is a source file, and B is a target file. B is target file. So whatever the contents written in this file A should copy the contents to the file B. That is, the we should have to write programming this program regarding this copy of file. Okay, so here a program is written like this. Here a program is written like this. Here declared in int main as a character ch, and the source file is a 20. A size of a source file is a 20, and size of target file is also 20. So created two pointers, a source pointer and a target pointer. So suppose here source file is a dot text, and the target file is b dot text. Then source file source is equal to f open, that is file open. Which file open? A source file, and for the reading purpose, so in double quoted there is r. Okay, then check if source is equal to null. If initially source is equal to null, then that means there is no any content in source. So whatever you have written in source file is stored in source, and that will be checked with the condition source which is equal to null. Then press any key to exit and exit. If you are not written in that file, source file, then it will be exit. Similarly, target is equal to f open. Target file is open for a writing. Here, source file is open for reading the contents from that file, and target file is open for writing the contents in target file. So if you have written or not written whatever the contents, if it is equal to null, then if it is equal to null, then f close the source file and press any key to exit. If you are not written, then exit, and again check the characters received from source. Check one by one character received, that is f get c from the source, which are not equal to the end of file, that is eof. The character is copied from source until end of file, and then f put, that is the right character to the target, and if this is completed, then file copied successfully, then f close source, f close a target. This is the whole program. Okay, we will execute this program. Copy, then new, and then paste. This is our program code. Okay, so here where we should save the file, save as. Here I have saved that file copy1.c in folder E. In folder E, I have saved that file copy1.c. Okay, and go to that folder. Okay, it will save by another name. Save as copy 11. Okay, go to that folder, that is folder name. Then there are two files, A and B. First we'll open that file. Here is written as a welcome. I will erase. Similarly, here another file is file B. Open. Then here a written as again welcome. I will erase that. Both files are empty. Okay, I will write the contents in file A here, in that file. Okay, I will write the contents in this file is welcome, welcome to Solapur. Okay, I have written these contents in file A, and where A is our source file. I will save this content, and I will open this file B. See, there is no content. See, this is file B. There is no content in this file. So we move towards our program. In source file A, I have written welcome to Solapur. We move towards our experiment. Here, a program is written. Then go to the debug or run. You will get final output. File copied successfully. First, we will see the output and then we move towards step by step. Okay, so we move towards our output. We will go to check. We are going to check whether file is copied or not. I will open a source file first by here I have written in the source file A is welcome to Solapur, and I will open file target file. Here you will see the target file is here B, and here a source file is A. Here left side is a source file. This is source file, whereas this is a target file. So copy the contents. I will remove the contents from this target file. Delete. Okay. Then I will save and close. This is our source file. I have written here welcome to Solapur. Okay, I will save and we move towards our main program, which will be execute a step by step. So a step over. It goes to the firstly main function, then towards character source file a dot a text. It read the contents, then move towards a character a target file B, then it move towards source file for a reading. So f open is allocated to the source pointer. So f open of source file is allocated to source pointer for reading the contents of source file, and it will check whether source is equal to 0. First, it will read the contents of source file. It will check source contents is equal to null. Then, if it is true, then press any key for exit. If it is not true, that is it is false, then go to the f open target file for writing the contents to the target file, and it will check target is equal to null. Target is equal to null. Then goes to the f close source. If it is not null, then it will check character which is copied from source, which is not equal to end of file. If it is this, if this is a true, then put C, that is put character ch in target file. If this is true, then put character to the target file, and again it will put whenever it character goes to the end of file, If this condition becomes true number of times,
Sir,
that okay. Have any doubt?
sir,
Okay. Have any
sorry
doubt?
for interruption, but your voice is too low.
Okay.
Can you speak louder?
Okay. Okay. May I audible right now?
Yes, you're audible, but your voice is too low, sir.
Wait up for a minute.
Okay.
Hello. My voice is audible or not?
Yeah, sir, it's audible, but it is low, sir. Still, it is low. Ask to other student if they are getting your voice is low. Then
Hello. Right now, are you getting? Hello. All of you audible? Hello. All of you audible?
Sir, audible, but sound is very low.
Right now.
No, sir.
Right now. It is audible.
No.
Right now.
सर हेडफोन असेल तर काढून ट्राय करा की एकदा.
I have tried so many times. Right now it is audible. आवाज ऐकू येतोय? आणखी मोठ्यानं पाहिजे. हॅलो. 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 आवाज ऐकू येतोय का? हॅलो.
सर तुम्ही हेडफोन यूज करताय का? हॅलो.
हेडफोनच वापरतो रे दादा.
मग सर
खाली
तरी पण
ठेव.
आवाज कमी येतोय.
आत्ता आवाज येतोय का चांगला?
हा सर आता येतोय.
पूर्ण येतोय व्यवस्थित ऐकायला?
हो सर व्यवस्थित.
ओके. Hello. We move towards our program. So this while loop, whenever it is a true, then execute this statement f put ch to the target. Whenever this statement or this condition becomes false, that is character is equal to f get C source is not equal to end of file. This becomes false. That is, a character is equal to f get C source is equal to end of file. Then it will be print as a file copied successfully. Then close the source and close the f target. So we move. It will copy the character one by one, as whenever it goes to the end of file, it will get your perfectual whatever the output is, file is copied successfully. Okay, we execute a same program once again. Have you any doubt in file copy? Okay, we first go to the int main. Then we have declared a pointer, a source, and pointer target. Then character ch. Pointer source and pointer target are related to the file. Then character source file is equal to a dot text. Character source file is equal to b. Character source file is equal to a dot text, and character target file is equal to b dot text, and source is equal to f open source file. That is, this pointer source file source pointer is equal to f open. That is, file open. Which file open? Source file. And for R indicates reading the contents of that file. I don't know whatever the contents are written in that file. So first I should have to check whether the file is null or not. If this source is equal to null, that is, this condition becomes true, that is, there is no content in that file. So press any key to exit. If there are contents in that file, so this condition becomes false. Go to the next statement. Target is equal to f open target file. Then for a writing purpose, that is a w. So target file is opened, but I should have to check the contents of the target file whether is written or not. So I will compare this target pointer with null. If this is true, then close a source and press any key to exit. Okay, that is, if this condition becomes false, that is, whatever in source file is copied and written in to the target file, that is, this condition becomes false. So go to the while, and character is equal to f get character from source. It will read the contents from the first character to the last character of that file, that is end of file. How should I know whether the file will end? That is, this condition has taken character received from source file is not equal to the end of file. Then and then it will write the contents, write that character into the target file. Whether this condition becomes false, that is, that is, character from source of file is equal to end of file, this, so that this condition becomes false, then the print statement will be the file copied successfully. Then close the source and close the target. This is the whole program for copying contents of one file to another file. Okay, so where the source file and where is the target file? So this program is stored at what location? At the same location you should have to store a source file and a target file. So I go to the source file and a target file here. So here source file is a. I'll open and I will write here the contents like this. Today I will write next content. Today is 8th March. 8th March. Okay, I have written this content in a source file. I will save and in target file I will open and here I have written welcome to Solapur. Instead of I will write welcome to Pune. Okay, I will save the contents. So I will move towards the our program. Here file copied successfully. I will check the contents of this source file as well as this target file. This is the source file I have written. Today is the 8th March. Welcome to Solapur and today is the 8th March. Then I will open a target file B. This is our target file. This is our source file. In target file, I have written welcome to Pune, but it is copied from first character of source file to last character of source file. Copied each and every point into the target file as it is. See, so we'll move towards our program and see one by one step over. So first it will go to the main file, main function, then go to the file pointers, so source and target. So character source file is equal to declared here as a dot text. uh, then target file is declared as b dot text. Then next source is equal to f open source file comma r for reading the contents from the source file, and it will check whether source is equal to null with the if condition. So if it is a true then exit, if it is false then go to the next statement. Then target is equal to f open a target file for writing, that is a w. It will check target file is null or not null. If it is null then close source and press any key to exit. If it is not null then go to the while loop. It goes to the while loop and check the condition character received from source which is not equal to end of file. If it is true, then put C the character to the target file. That is here. Again, go to next character. It will take and check whether the new character is end of file or not. If it is not end of file, then again put to the target file. Whenever the condition is true, it will execute this loop. When the condition becomes false, go to the next statement as a file copied successfully. Whenever the condition is true, then it is execute a while loop or run the while loop. If this condition becomes false, then go to the next statement, file copied successfully, then f close source, f close target. Okay, this is your second program as file copying contents, copying from one file to another file. If you have any doubt regarding this program, please ask. Ajinkya. Ajinkya. Fiza or anybody.
Sir, I got it. I got it.
Okay, about there are total 8 experiment. You should have to write 8 experiment. I will share the file or I will share the link on which you should upload. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and then this is your this is our second experiment. uh, have you
Sir,
started to, okay,
just
hello.
give that write up work immediately after one practical is got finished. After that, you give that write up immediately.
Okay, after completion of chapter first, I have given assignment first.
Okay.
You have seen in slide or not, or may I give in give on WhatsApp or
Yeah,
group.
sir. It's better to give on WhatsApp. Then we can write it.
Okay, then what about the journal writing?
Sir, I have said to you, na, just give that write up immediately after completion of one practical. Then it will get easy to us write one practical. If you will give at the end, then it get difficult to us write the whole practicals at a time.
Okay,
Okay.
see here lab manual. You should have to write experiment number, then aim, then description of that experiment, then program, then you should have, there is no need to write output, but here in lab manual they have given, then conclusion.
Okay.
So this is easy to write this experiment.
Okay, sir.
Can all of you, can you write or may I give? Hello, have you any doubt in experiment first also? There are different commands in experiment first. See, mm, this is nearly about 15 pages experiment, but I will give
Sir, how much we have to write, like 1 page or 2 page?
nearly about 1 page back to back.
Okay, means 1 page write up and 1 page for the practical.
No, no, back to back, only one
Write
page
up. Okay, okay.
with write up and experiment.
Okay, okay. I got it, sir. I got it.
Okay, there are total 8 experiments. Out of them, we have completed two. First is a study experiment, Unix architecture. Second is a file copy program for file copy. Then in next practical, we are going to study ls command. Okay. Then see in here in experiment first, aim, experiment one. Then what is the aim? That is study of Unix architecture. Then what is the description regarding that architecture? This is the architecture figure, and these are different shells here. In this architecture is given as nearly about 5 to 6 commands. Is it possible? Calendar, date, pwd, then who who am I? Okay, you should have to write 4 to 5 commands, and then conclusion. Here different commands has given in your manual, but you should have to write only 4 to 5 commands. Okay, if you have any doubt, then please ask. Otherwise, leave. We will leave the session because your lunch break is at 11, and then at 12 o'clock there is a program that is Women's a Day. So you all of you should have to attend. Okay.
Sir,
Huh?
yesterday we had a lecture. So I wanna tell you that, like, in the next lecture, can you repeat once again?
Okay, I will repeat.
Because
No.
somewhat I got it and somewhat I did not got.
Oh, okay. Which part you didn't get?
You have started the second chapter, and
Yeah.
only from that introduction part is I got it. After that, like buffer management and all those things, I didn't got it. Like,
Okay. See. See on screen.
okay.
1 minute. Okay. Central idea assignment questions. Okay. This is the introductory part of the kernel. In previous chapter, we have studied kernel and buffer cache hardware part. Then what is buffer header? It has a total 8 parts. See in this figure. First 3 parts is device number, then block number, and then what is the status of that buffer, whether it is free or busy. Okay, and there are total 5 pointers. First pointer is pointer to data area. Second pointer is pointer to next buffer on hash queue. Then third pointer is pointer to previous buffer on hash queue. And fourth pointer is pointer to next buffer on free list. And last pointer is pointer to previous buffer on free list. So 2 pointers for free list, 2 pointers for hash queue, which are for previous and next, and remaining 1 pointer to that area. Did you get?
Yeah, sir, I got it now.
Okay, then This is the description regarding the buffer header, whether is currently busy or free, and that buffer contains a valid data or not. Okay, this is the description for buffer headers. Then what is the buffer pool? Suppose this is the free list. See figure first. Uh, this figure, this is free list and which is on a circular linked list, that is buffer 1, buffer 2, buffer 3 up to buffer n, which are connected circularly linked list by forward as well as backward pointers, that is doubly circular linked list. Suppose I want buffer for 1 for allocation, buffer 1 I want buffer 1 for allocation to the kernel process or executing that process, then it will be removed from that buffer free list. After removing buffer 1, it will be like this pointer goes to the, instead of buffer 1 goes to the buffer 2. Similarly, buffer 2's backward pointer to the free list, and so on. If middle one buffer is removed, then same process. Okay, did you get?
Yeah, sir. Up to this, I got it.
Okay, then next, this is the structure of buffer pool. Then there are here one example has given. Suppose there is hash q. This is this arrow towards a dotted arrow towards back left side, that means goes to the back side. Then here go to the forward side, and which is in circular linked list. Okay, this is block 0, block 1, block 2, block 3. There are total 4 blocks. That's why here mod 4. Okay, and this is buffer numbers or block numbers 28, 4, 64 on this hash queue. On this block number 0, there is 28, 4, 64 numbers buffers. Out of them, with some of are free buffers, some are busy buffers. Okay, similarly for block 1, similarly for block 2, similarly for block 3. Did you get? Hello?
Yeah, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, sir.
then suppose there are different scenarios. I will go to the first scenario. I will take this algorithm once again at the end of chapter. First, I will take the algorithm of scenario 1, then scenario 2, one by one, then the combination of all. This is general idea is given of all combination of all 5 scenarios. But firstly, we will take algorithm as per one by one scenario. Suppose I have taken scenario first. What is scenario first? Scenario first is kernel finds block on its hash queue. Okay, kernel finds a block on the hash queue, and that's hash queue's buffer is free. Okay, then this is the first scenario. Then see this figure. See this, in this figure, the example is kernel searches suppose block 4 on that hash queue. Block 4 on hash queue marked as block 4 mod 4 or block 0 mod 4. Suppose kernel searches this block 4 which is on block 0 mod 4. Okay, this is the hash queue. Before below that hash queue, there is a free list header, and that this pointing, that is this arrow indicates, now these are the different lines. This indicates that these are the three buffers connected to the free list header. Okay, and kernel wants a block 4 which on hash queue of block 0 mod 4. So it will, and that buffer or that block is free. So it will first check the hash queue whether there is block 4 is present or not. It will check one by one. So there is block 4 is present. Then it will check whether the buffer is or block 4 is free or not. So first goes to the free list header. Then here first is 3 is free, then next 5 is free, then next 4 is free. So the kernel finds the block 4 is free from the block 0 mod 4 hash queue. So after removing this block 4, the kernel the figure look like this. See see this free list. The first is 3, then 5, then 28. See previous 3, 5, 4, then 28. So this 4 is removed from free list and allocated to the process execution. Did you get?
Sir,
Hello?
the sir, the free header pointer only pointing to the free buffer to
Okay,
finding the fourth buffer. Okay,
okay,
okay, and it will after finding it will also came out with the free buffers. Okay,
okay,
have you understood what I wanna say? Like if this pointer is going through free buffer, and after finding the fourth buffer, it will again came out with the free buffer. Like always means for what we can say, for finding it will choosing another free buffer, and from getting back from these from fourth buffer it will again choose a different free buffer. Can we what we can say, can it came back from the can what we can say, can it came back from the same buffer, like it will find out the fourth buffer, then again it have to
okay,
point to
okay,
the
okay,
other
okay,
one.
okay, okay. As you were, as per, according to you, if fourth buffer is allocated to the process execution, and again kernel wants to search for fourth buffer, okay, but it is busy right now, so that it will check next free, which is free buffer. So there is scenario second. Suppose here, 1 minute, in scenario second, uh, see here, kernel has allocated some task to that block, and kernel wants another buffer. So it will check which is free. Here from free list it will check the buffer 3 or block 3 is free. So it will remove from free list. See, before removing there is 3 present, after removing there is no, this block is present. Okay, what is, kernel searches a particular block number 18, but it does not find on hash queue. Okay, so that therefore it removes first buffer from free list and assigns to the block 18. It removes this buffer and assigns as a block number 18 to particular block or on hash queue. So it is removed from block 3 mod 4 and assigns 18 to block 2 mod 4. Did you get?
Yeah, sir.
Then what about scenario 3? Suppose it will search 18 but not present, and so kernel searches which is free. Suppose here 3 is not free because here delay, someone has assigned. Then it will check next free is here 5, again here return delay, then goes to the next is 4, then it will remove that 4 here, 4 number block buffer is removed and assigned as 18 by placing at appropriate place. Did you get? This is scenario 3. Pizza.
Yes, sir. Yes. It's
Then
getting.
next, what is the scenario 4? There is no free list in header there is no any free buffer. Then what to do? That time process goes to the sleep mode. Whenever any process any buffer becomes free, then assigns any wake up process to that buffer. That is this algorithm or this flowchart we have seen in chapter first. Then similarly for a scenario fifth, suppose search kernel searching block number 99, but that block is busy, then what to do? At that time it will wait for that uh, particular buffer becomes free. Whenever block number 99 becomes free, then allocate work to that buffer or block. Did you get?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, and then there are this graph we have seen, then reading and writing this block algorithms, then writing algorithms, then this is the last part of buffer cache, that is advantages and disadvantages we are going to study. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Di-
Okay.
have you clear your doubts?
Okay, sir. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, if anybody have any doubt, please ask, otherwise write your roll number and leave the session, because at 11 to 12 you have a lunch break, and at 12 o'clock there is a program, that is International Women's Day. Please attend. Okay.